Everyone, look, my J-toe.
What about it?
Many people have asked where it was.
It's been on for a while, though, hasn't it?
Over and over and over. Well, yeah, but I'm just...
Look, everyone.
This is the first, like, sit-down video.
And the first where, like, we have it really wide right now so you can see it. Normally we're cropped in.
The J-toe is on my chair. We just had it off for a while.
Yep. It was a beast to reattach.
Yeah, it took a bit.
If I do give myself credit for that.
It was mostly a lack of motivation on our part.
Because we knew it was going to be a pain in the butt. But it was fine. We have one part that we still can't get working, but we're close.
Yes. It's back in action and helping me break palpables. If you know, you know. Okay, so today's video has nothing to do with my J-toe arm. It's actually a more difficult video for us to make. Sharing some truth about my parents that we've been keeping from you.
I mean, people ask us all the time, why don't we see Shane's parents in your videos? Yeah. And, you know, we say that they're in a couple of them when we go to Pennsylvania. You might see them in a few videos, but it's true that they're not in a lot of videos, and we are going to tell you why.
So it is difficult for me to say this, but I was immaculately conceived.
I will say it so Shane doesn't have to, but his parents are vampires.
Bloodsuckers. Ah, man, I don't even know how to put this into words. My parents are cannibals. They eat people. And we figured that that would not be good to showcase on YouTube.
No.
You can't do deadpan. You cannot do deadpan.
I can't do it when you are doing the joke. I laugh. Thank you to Storyworth for sponsoring this video. By now, we have gifted Storyworth to enough family members that we are going to be reading the books for the rest of our life.
We're going to have a whole library of Storyworth books.
Yeah.
And it's going to keep us busy. So, I think that shows how much we love it.
Yeah.
Pause. Is anyone noticing something different about me? Maybe one brown that has returned?
Shane has broken out the brown. It's that time of year.
It is getting cold, and that means the holidays are approaching, which means we need to figure out gifts. And there is really no better gift than Storyworth. See how I did that?
Yep. It's like a gift for someone else and yourself.
It is.
Which is the best kind of gift.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've said that before, but I do love that kind of gift.
So with Storyworth, you select the loved one to receive a year of story prompts via email that they then answer. At the end of that year, all of their stories are compiled into a really cool hardbound book with photos.
Looks like this.
That can become a keepsake for you to have and cherish forever.
Yeah.
It's a great way to find out things that maybe you didn't know about your loved one. They have all kinds of questions like, when was a time that you were very brave? Or when was a time that you got in trouble at work? You know, things that you might not think to ask your loved one that, you know, Storyworth did.
With Storyworth, we are giving our loved ones a thoughtful gift from the heart, preserving their stories for years to come. Go to storyworth.com/Squirmy and Grubs to save $10 on your purchase.
We need to find, like, more loved ones.
Yeah, we're going to need that
just so that we can give them Storyworth. All right, check it out, everyone. Thank you.
A lot of you actually guessed the truth, and it is that Shane's parents found out that our relationship was a lie and disowned him.
Yeah. And so we've been paying them for their silence with my millions.
Yep.
But why are we telling? If that was true, why would we?
It's what we want them to think.
No, this video is about how lovely my parents are and how they are real and exist.
Yep.
They're real.
They're
real.
Okay, Shane.
But the real reason we're making this video is because people that were watching our wedding video that we just put out were like, where are Shane's parents?
Yeah.
And they were in the video.
Yeah, there is a photo of Shane's parents. There's a picture of them laughing at their table.
Why don't we put it in here? We have the photo. Here they are. Yes.
There's a big group at that table of Shane's family, but those are his parents. You've seen them in other videos.
A few.
but we will talk about why they're not in more videos.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that and then also just like tell you a little bit about them because you're right. They are not in many of our videos.
And now every time someone asks that, we can just link them to this video.
We'll be like, here's a video all about Shane's
Here's
parents.
everything you need to know.
They're cannibals. Okay, so the main and most obvious reason that they are not in all of our videos is because they live 1,000 miles away.
Yes.
In Pennsylvania.
However, you could argue that even when we're in Pennsylvania, they're not really in speaking roles in the videos.
Yeah.
You know, we might pan, you might see them for a minute, but they're not really featured in videos.
I think there's two reasons for that. One is that my mom especially doesn't really like being in the limelight.
No.
Very
That's
private.
the main reason.
Private, quiet person.
Yeah.
Um,
You need people's consent to put them in YouTube videos, and we don't just force people to do that, you know?
And my dad would be in every video ever. My dad is a real ham, just like me. That's where I get it from.
Wow.
But, you know, when we go home, we are very conscious and we don't walk in there with the cameras, you know, rolling the whole
Yeah.
time. We are careful about that.
Yeah.
And just like when we visit them, we're usually not really in like work mode.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're just like, let's relax and like, you know, have family time, not
Yeah.
like have a camera in everyone's face.
Absolutely. Where exactly we were.
You know what sucks? When you're recording a video and suddenly your memory card fills up and you don't know where it stops recording.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know where to begin now. Let's begin at the beginning of the video. Just do the whole thing again. We could go export it and find the answer.
No.
But that takes time.
Take too long. Where were we?
My parents. But no, okay, so that's why they're not in videos.
Yeah.
They live far away, whatever. But I am very close with both of my parents, even though you don't see that in our videos.
Yeah.
I text with my mom and dad every day. Conversations with my mom are usually her reminding me about things. Because she's always going to be my mom. You know, like she'll be like, did you pay your health insurance? But also, my mom loves to send me, like, what meals she's eating.
Yeah.
She'll be like, just got this out of the garden and turned it into a salad. Or, like, we're having roast chicken tonight.
Yeah.
My dad texts me things about sports and music.
He texts us every time he watches one of our videos.
Yeah.
With his always glowing review.
And beer. My dad and I like to talk about beer. We share what beers we're having and our ratings of them and stuff like that.
Yeah, so Shane definitely talks to his parents a lot. Just because they're not in our videos doesn't mean they're not a huge part of our life. And like similarly, both of my siblings live in the area. We see my nieces and my brothers all the time, and they're almost never in videos. Like there might be one or two clips of them ever because of, you know, it's like privacy. We get a lot of negative comments, obviously, as you
this
probably know.
reminded me. Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, and it just feels, you know, we don't really want to expose our family members to negative comments. We don't want to like open them up for any sort of attack. So we tend to just keep that separate.
The other thing that reminded me of is our friends. This isn't what this video is about. But people have been like, do they not have friends?
I know.
And it's like, no, when we're hanging out with our friends, we're not holding the camera in their face.
No.
Because it's just uncomfortable.
Yeah, and even if they were like, no, I'll be on video, it feels uncomfortable. It's not that fun to like film them. And also we just feel a little bit like we want to keep, you know, some people in our lives away from.
We have friends that are like professionals and we'll like do a group photo or something and they'll be like, please do not tag me.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with the messages that I'm going to get if you tag me.
Exactly.
Anyway, my parents.
Yes.
Hannah, what was your first reaction or like recollection of my mom and dad? Do you remember?
My first recollection was like on my first visit to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I walked into your house and I met them. They were really nice. I remember they were like welcoming and not scary, and they didn't ask me any like, you know, grill me with questions. They were very nice. Yeah.
Prove it.
And I had met them both on FaceTime before, but that was like less.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like, oh, hello. It was hard to actually talk to them.
I feel like you and my mom have gotten a lot closer over the years.
I feel like me and your mom are kind of similar.
You
We'll
are.
talk about tea. You know, like we both did that. You know, the little craft house I was building last year in the pandemic. Shane's mom also got one when she saw mine, and so we've like talked about that.
You'll talk
Neither of us ever finished it.
You guys like send each other photos of wildlife.
Oh yes.
You're both into
or like
wildlife.
your mom will send me like cricket or frog sounds, and we'll be like, "What is that?"
There's like that saying that like you marry your
parent.
parents. Or
Yeah.
whatever. Like,
We've talked about that recently.
And it was like we were thinking about all the ways that my mom and Hannah are very similar.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of
And
ways.
Shane and my dad are very similar.
Uh-huh.
You know, and sometimes he'll say something and I'll be like, "You literally sound exactly like my dad."
I do that because I just steal all of George's jokes.
You think he's funny, that's true.
There's like 8 phrases that George uses that I have just taken as my own. My favorite one is, I'm going to tell you, when someone says something like stupid, he goes, "Wow, you could have went all day without saying that."
I don't think that's a my dad thing, is it?
Well, no, I don't mean he invented
Yeah.
it, but I mean he uses that.
He does use it a
I
lot.
heard it from him.
You heard it from him,
and I
now
began using it.
you do use that, and you love it.
And like my mom, you're very introverted.
Yep.
You like your alone time.
Yes.
You have very little patience for loud people.
That's true. Do you want to share your favorite stories of your parents? You know, that people might not know.
Oh, favorites? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Off the top of my head, one that comes to mind is when I was little. My mom and I came out of, I think it was like Home Depot one day, and it was raining, and someone had parked on the blue lines next to the wheelchair accessible parking spot, so that meant I couldn't get in the van unless my mom backed the van up. And normally that's what we would do. My mom would move the van and then I would get in. But because of the fact that it was raining and just like extra inconvenient.
And probably because it had happened like multiple times.
Yeah.
You know, it was probably just like the straw that broke the camel's back.
My mom got an umbrella and said, "We will wait here for this person to return and we will show them why their actions have, made life difficult for us."
Nice.
And I was like, "I don't know if we need to do that."
I love it.
My mom was like, "No, we're
We're waiting.
gonna let them know," and she did.
Do you remember that part of it? Them coming out?
I didn't, because of the rain. She got me in the van, pulled back into the spot,
and then waited?
and then waited outside without me. I was cold or something,
Yeah.
so I didn't really hear the exchange.
Yeah.
Or I don't remember it.
I hope that person never did that again.
Trust me. After my mom handled them, they didn't. Favorite dad memory? These aren't my favorite memories, but like, they're just silly.
Cute memories.
When my parents found out about my diagnosis when I was like a baby.
I was about to say, I don't think you were present for this memory.
No, it's not a memory. But that night, my dad wrote a poem about the experience. That was like super forward thinking and positive. Like you would think that in that moment the parents might be like devastated or like, it's a tough thing to hear. And I'm sure, they felt that too. But my dad wrote this poem that was basically like, he's gonna have an amazing life. This diagnosis doesn't change anything. And I remember like reading that when I got older. And being like, wow, you guys had it figured out.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
It's hanging up, I think, in their bedroom. Or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's cute. My dad's a writer also. Oh, I should say that. My mom works in banking, and my dad is a manufacturer. I don't really know the way. His company that he works for makes conveyor belts that then are used in like assembly factories.
Yeah.
So like Hershey's are all made on their product. Cool.
And sometimes you'll get like free Hershey's.
And other items.
That's nice.
Yeah. I mean, that's my mom and dad in a nutshell.
Yeah.
My mom likes to read and garden.
Your dad likes to build guitars and clocks.
And play guitar.
Play guitars.
Yeah, my dad's very musical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where Shane gets his musicality.
La-da-da. La-da-da.
Okay.
this is the end of the video.
Oh, wow.
Goodbye. Goodbye.